What's happening? Brian Tong here, and welcome to Googlicious. It's all the Google that we can put together each week, so let's get to the show. And there's always new Android gadget news and rumors, and the latest buzz is around the HTC's one alleged successor, known by its codename right now as M8. It's also known as the shorter way to say mate on Urban Dictionary, in case you didn't know. Now, the leaked pictures don't show much other than a cutout at the top of the rear panel, which is expected to be for a fingerprint sensor. EvLeaks is now reporting that the HTC M8 will be launched by AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and Sprint and released around February in 2014 on a similar timetable to the HTC ones released last year. Now, Apple's released its crop of iPads for the holiday season, but we're still waiting to hear when Google will drop the latest updates to the Nexus tablet line. Now, according to the latest rumors from Highlight Press, the new Nexus 10 is being held back for a simultaneous release with the rumored Nexus 8 that was published in this picture accidentally by Google and noticed for its thinner bezel. Now, it might seem strange with the new Nexus 7 already out that they would also introduce a Nexus 8, but it's still very possible, and we're still waiting to get the new Nexus 10, so we'll see if the Googs gives us something before the holiday shopping season. Now, there were also tons of stories about the mystery Google Barge project. We showed you footage of the actual project itself, and we wanted to give you guys an update. Now, according to the SF Gate, the final project is envisioned to be an unprecedented artistic structure with a dozen or so gigantic sails that almost look like fish fins in this artist's rendering of the project. Now, Google issued a statement calling it an interactive space where people can learn about new technology, and the company By and Large LLC, who submitted the Barge documents, describes it as a studio and temporary technology exhibit space. It will be a 50-foot tall, 250-foot long structure made of recycled shipping containers flanked by these sails, and the idea is for the barge to stay docked at different sites around the San Francisco Bay for a month at a time. So we'll be keeping an eye out to see if there is anything else fishy about the situation. All right, we know the Nexus 5 is out and brings a lot of the cool new bells and whistles for KitKat, but not every phone can get the update or anytime soon. So here's a cool how-to to get the KitKat launcher on your phone right now.
First thing you'll notice about KitKat is the clean look of the new home screen launcher. Compared to the look of Android 4.1 on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, it's a huge change and one that I am ready for. Thankfully, the XDA Developers Forum has the APK files you'll need to install this new launcher. You can find the link to the forum on the original CNET post for this video or in our interactive player. The launcher comes as a zip archive containing 3 APK files. My advice is to download these to your computer for now. Now, while those download, make sure that your phone is ready to use these files. First, you'll need to be running Android 4.1 or later. You can check that by going under Settings and then clicking the About Device option. Next, you'll need to make sure that your phone is able to install software from unknown sources. Back out into the Settings menu, select Security, and check the box for unknown sources. Now, let me take a minute right now to say that you should always back up your phone whenever you're going to get to tinkering like this. Worst case scenario, if this thing gets bricked, I don't want you emailing me with sob stories of losing your precious pictures of your newborn baby. Back it up. My conscience is clear. All right, now going back to your computer, open the zip file you've downloaded and you should see 3 separate APK files. My advice is to send each one of these in a separate email to yourself using an account that you can check on your phone. Once you've done that, refresh your email on your phone and you should see the 3 APK files as individual attachments. The first one to install is Pre-Built GMS Core. Tap it, install it, and hit Done. Next, install the Velvet APK, then hit Done. Finally, install the Google Home APK, and then hit Open. With any luck, you should see the introduction to the new Google Launcher. Now, a couple things to note here. First, to change the wallpaper, configure your home screens, or add widgets, now you're going to tap and hold on the home screen. You also see a settings option here that is specific to Google Now. If it's not already activated, this is a good time to do it. Once it's on, swiping all the way to the right will reveal your Google Now cards. And that's all there is to it.
Thanks, Donald. Some very cool stuff there. And remember, guys, back up your phone first. All right, now there's a few new Google Glass stories to update you on. The latest Google Glass XC11 update adds commands to search through your Google Calendar and the ability to get directions to home or work with a direct voice command. So you could bet a lot of people will be saying, "Take me home tonight. Listen on me just like Ronnie sang. Be my little baby." All right. Now, when Google Glass originally launched, everyone was trying to get their hands on them, even through eBay, but Google was deactivating units that were not being used by the registered Explorer program user. They have now said they no longer have plans to disable devices anymore, and they recently started giving Explorers 3 invites for other people interested in Glass before their consumer launch. And to usher in a more, mainstream appeal, New York-based Rochester Optical plans to provide custom prescription, fashion, and sports lenses for Glass that will be available to purchase in early 2014. All right, guys, now we asked you to send us some of your thoughts about Motorola's Project Ara from last week's show. Uthman Box from Twitter says, I would call it the Lego phone. Except, Uthman, it's not made of Legos. Now, Miguel Saldana writes in with, I think this is going to change the mobile world much more than flexible displays. Hey, Miguel, I think Ara definitely has the potential if the platform can take off the right way with developer support over time, so that's what really makes this interesting. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's show. Email us at Googlicious@cnet.com or tweet me at Brian Tong. Thanks so much for watching all the Google goodies this week. I'm Brian Tong, and we'll see you next time for another taste of Googlicious.
Googlicious.